Once upon a time in the bustling yet shadowy city of Gotham, the streets buzzed with excitement and a hint of something sinister. The infamous Joker had hijacked a live television broadcast, cutting into every household, every shop, and every phone screen. His painted face filled the screens, eyes gleaming with mischief, as he announced, "Gotham, dear Gotham, come one, come all, to my carnival of chaos, where laughter is the only law." His maniacal laughter echoed into living rooms and cafes, sending chills down spines. In a hidden cave beneath the manor, Bruce Wayne, known to the world as Batman, watched the spectacle unfold on multiple monitors. His keen mind processed every word, every cackle. "He's at it again," Bruce murmured under his breath to his loyal ally, Alfred. Alfred, with a raised eyebrow, handed him a cup of tea. "It seems there's no rest for the wicked or for us, sir." Across town, Commissioner Gordon stood in the bustling precinct, the air thick with tension as officers scurried about, phones ringing off the hook. "We must locate him before this so-called Carnival of Chaos begins," Gordon declared. Meanwhile, Batman donned his cape and cowl, eyes narrowed in determination. With his advanced technology, he quickly pinpointed the source of the transmission. An abandoned amusement park on the outskirts of Gotham, where shadows of past joys lingered in eerie silence. As the Batmobile roared through the city, the citizens of Gotham watched the skies, whispering hopes for their dark knight to save them once again. Batman arrived at the deserted theme park, its faded colors and rusted rides standing like ghosts of merriment past. The sound of twisted carnival music filled the air, promising chaos and madness. Flashing his grappling hook, Batman swung across the towering Ferris wheel. Reaching the heart of the Joker's sinister playground, Pennywise clowns and twisted jack-in-the-boxes littered the grounds, set to ensnare any wary visitor. Yet, Batman maneuvered through, his sharp intuition and combat skills laying waste to any trick the Joker threw his way. Finally, amidst laughter and lunacy, Batman confronted the Joker at the top of the funhouse, the city lights twinkling behind them. "It's over, Joker. The game ends here," Batman declared, his voice a low rumble. The Joker grinned broader, a crazed glint in his eye. "Oh, Batsy, the fun is just beginning." But in a tale as old as time in Gotham, the Joker was no match for the determination of Batman. In a clever maneuver, Batman disarmed and captured the Joker, returning peace to the city once more. As dawn broke, Gotham sighed in relief. For today, they knew their hero had triumphed over chaos. But the citizens also knew that wherever there was night, their Batman would always be there, lurking in the shadows, ready to protect them once again. In the bustling city of Gotham, the daily hustle and bustle was abruptly interrupted. All the TV screens and radio stations were seized by a sudden, eerie transmission. The Joker, with his maniacal laughter echoing through the airwaves, appeared before the citizens. "Citizens of Gotham," he announced with a sinister grin, "welcome to my Carnival of Chaos." His painted face filled every screen as he invited them all to his newest display of madness, promising wild thrills and chilling surprises. But where would this carnival of destruction take place? Meanwhile, in the Batcave, the caped crusader was piecing together the mystery. Batman, with his keen detective skills, began analyzing the broadcast. His mind raced through the possibilities until it became clear the abandoned amusement park at the city's outskirts was the perfect setting for the Joker's twisted plans. Flashing lights once meant for joy had long burned out, leaving the park shrouded in darkness and mystery. It was a place where laughter had ceased and only the ghosts of fun lingered. Batman knew time was of the essence. Donning his cowl and cape, Batman sped through the city in the Batmobile, weaving through the labyrinthine streets of Gotham, his mind set on stopping the Joker. The very atmosphere of the amusement park felt different, not like a place of merry rides and colorful booths, but more like a stage set for a dreadful act. Arriving at the park, Batman discovered it transformed, the Joker's signature colors draped across what once was a family-friendly circus. Clown mannequins, balloons, and chaotic banners were everywhere. But the Joker was nowhere to be seen, only his laughter echoed, mocking the night air. "I know you're here, Joker," Batman growled into the shadows, knowing the villain wouldn't make his presence known until he was ready. Suddenly, the Ferris wheel began to spin, lights flashing erratically. And the voice of the Joker boomed over a once-defunct intercom. "Welcome, Batman, to the thrill of your life. Care to play my games?" The stage was set for an epic clash between the Dark Knight and the Clown Prince of Crime at the Carnival of Chaos, where winning meant salvation and losing could mean the downfall of Gotham City. In the bustling city of Gotham, the evening mist curled around the streets like a living thing, spreading shadows even darker than usual. Under the eerie glow of the street lamps, a mischievous figure danced silently from rooftop to rooftop, her eyes glinting with excitement. Harley Quinn was up to her usual tricks, her heart set on an elaborate prank on the city's famed protector, Batman. Armed with her wacky gadgets and an infectious giggle, Harley had laid out her trap in the old, abandoned funhouse perched on the hill overlooking the city. She was sure this was the night she would finally get the upper hand on Batman. She had rigged the place with inflatable punch dolls, confetti cannons, and the piece de resistance, a cupcake catapult. Her plan was simple: lure Batman in, unleash chaos, and leave him laughing in defeat. As the clock struck midnight, Batman glided through the night sky, his cape billowing like the wings of some knight chasing after shadows. He'd picked up on Harley's trail and was expecting her usual shenanigans. As stealthy as ever, Batman swung through a broken window of the funhouse, landing silently in the dimly lit room filled with Harley's bizarre booby traps. Harley watched from the rafters, barely able to contain her excitement. With a click of a button, all her contraptions sprang to life. But Batman, always a step ahead, swiftly maneuvered through the chaos. He dodged the playful traps with precision, his mind focused and his body agile. Suddenly, Harley leapt down onto the scene with a gleeful shriek, wielding her giant mallet. "Gotcha now, Batsy," she sang with joy. But Batman had anticipated this too. A flick of his wrist, and a reinforced net was launched, ensnaring Harley midair. Harley giggled even in defeat, hanging in the net like a quirky marionette. Bats, you win this time," she conceded with a grin, swaying gently back and forth. Batman approached, a rare soft smile on his face. "Harley, there's always a next time," he replied, as Gotham's vigilante and its most mischievous rogue shared a moment of playful camaraderie amid the kaleidoscope of spinning colors around them. In the dimly lit funhouse, Batman stood facing the Hall of Mirrors, his reflection bouncing back at him from every direction. It was a place crafted for confusion, and the Joker's voice echoed all around, laughter laced with mischief. "Come on, Batsy. Think you can find me?" the Joker taunted, his image flickering across the mirrors like a shadow that never stood still. Batman steadied himself, taking a slow breath. He knew he'd need more than just a sight to outwit the Joker in this labyrinth. He closed his eyes for a moment, tuning out the disorienting reflections. Instead, he focused on the Joker's voice, listening for the faintest clue that might reveal his real position. The Joker continued his game, moving stealthily, his reflections multiplying. "Oh, poor Batman. Lost in a maze of your own doubts," he jeered, the sound bouncing chaotically off the walls. Despite the Joker's tricky tactics, Batman had a hunch about his location. He could sense a tiny but telltale inconsistency, a pattern in the way the voice seemed ever so slightly louder from a certain angle. With swift precision, Batman threw his batarang in that direction. It whizzed through the air, clanging against metal, and shattered a mirror. The sound abruptly shifted, exposing a narrow path between the reflected surfaces. "Hey, no fair!" cried the Joker, his silhouette revealing itself as colorful shards fell around him. Batman advanced, bathed in the moonlight streaming through a crack, his shadow cast long and foreboding. "Game's over, Joker," he said, his voice confident and unwavering. In that moment, the Joker knew he'd been outmatched, his laugh fading into an amused sigh. "Oh, Bats, you are no fun," he exclaimed dramatically, yet with a hint of admiration. As the scene unfolded, the funhouse slowly lost its power to trick and confuse. The remaining reflections vanished, and with it, the illusion of chaos. Batman emerged victorious, the Joker's tricks no match for his unyielding determination and razor-sharp mind. And in the night, the echoes of triumph spoke volumes, a reminder that even the darkest mazes cannot hold the light at bay for long. Once upon a time in the darkly lit city of Gotham, the notorious Joker had concocted a maniacal plot that promised to be his most twisted game yet. He had lured Batman into a dreaded labyrinth of mirrors, a place where reflections and shadows danced wildly, confusing the senses and warping reality. Batman, with his keen detective skills, maneuvered cautiously through the glass maze, his silhouette flickering with every turn. The mirrors reflected his every move, creating an army of Batmen all around, some real, some a mere illusion. But he was unshaken, focusing on the singular mission to capture his eternal nemesis, the Joker. Suddenly, the eerie laughter of the Joker echoed through the halls, bouncing off the mirrors and teasing the dark night. "Welcome to my funhouse, Bats." Joker's voice cackled maniacally, a reflection of pure chaos. But Batman had come prepared. With a swift motion, he pulled out a smoke bomb from his utility belt, knowing well how to play the Joker's game of deceit. With a flick of his wrist, he tossed the smoke bomb to the floor, and a heavy, dark mist engulfed the labyrinth. The mirrors shattered under the weight of confusion and smoke, creating a kaleidoscope of chaos and broken glass. Where once there were infinite Batmen, now there was only one, emerging from the misty shroud, focused and resilient. In that moment, facing the artful destruction, Joker's grin widened as he pulled a lever, releasing a pack of rabid hyenas that had been hidden within the maze. Their wild, gleaming eyes were filled with hunger and madness, and they charged toward Batman with feral speed. Unfazed by the ferocious hyenas, Batman relied on his agility and quick thinking. He reached for his trusty gadgets, tossing batarangs to distract and subdue the snarling beasts. The battle was perilous, and the air crackled with tension as Joker watched with manic glee, believing he had gained the upper hand. Yet, Batman, with his unyielding spirit and unerring precision, stood firm against the chaos. He deftly navigated through the maze and outwitted the Joker once more, a silent promise that darkness and madness would never prevail against the true hero of Gotham. And as the hyenas yelped and retreated, the Joker's laughter slowly faded, reminding all who lived in Gotham, even the trickster can't outsmart the caped crusader forever. In the bustling city of Gotham, when the sun dipped below the horizon, it was Batman's time to keep the city safe. One particular evening, something peculiar was stirring at the old amusement park, a place once filled with laughter and joy but now vacant, except for the shadows. Batman had heard reports of a strange group lurking around, setting up traps throughout the park. Scouts by his side, Nightwing and Robin, had stumbled upon a gang of scheming hyenas under the rule of a crafty villain. The park was laid out with explosive traps and sinister plots to scare the people of Gotham. Silently and swiftly, Batman took to the skies, his cape billowing with the wind's whispers. He landed silently atop the Ferris wheel, scanning the park with his sharp eyes. Suddenly, below, he heard the hyenas cackling, a high-pitched, unnerving sound. "We have to be careful, Bruce," "The hyenas have something up their sleeve," whispered Nightwing through the communicator. Batman nodded, though unseen, and descended stealthily. In a remarkable blend of agility and strength, he moved through the park, evading traps with the precision of a shadow dancer. Robin provided intel from a safe distance, keeping them one step ahead. As Batman reached the heart of the park, he found a massive control pad, marked with electric wiring. This was the nerve center of the explosive traps. But the hyenas weren't ordinary henchmen. They were smart, quick, and quick-witted. A showdown ensued, with Batman facing the pack of hyenas in a battle as fierce as ever. The hyenas tried to outsmart him, weaving through rides and hiding behind cotton candy stalls. But with every menacing growl and sharp-eyed glare, Batman took them down one by one. Finally, with the hyenas defeated and peace slowly returning, Batman could focus on the traps. He pulled out his trusted Bat Remote, a device of unparalleled utility, glowing with blue LED lights like stars in the night. Tapping away with the confidence of a master tactician, Batman deactivated one trap after another. Click, tap, buzz. The system roared to life under his command, disarming every explosive hidden like a sinister secret. Just as the last trap was deactivated and the danger faded like morning mist, Batman knew that the people of Gotham could once again be safe, freely roaming where fear had once lurked. Leaving only the rustle of his cape echoing in the silent night, Batman vanished into the shadows once more, a watchful guardian sealing the night. Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Gotham, the ever-mischievous Joker hatched a devious plan. He decided to make a grand escape from the Batman on one of Gotham's fastest and twistiest roller coasters. The Joker, with his wild green hair and purple suit, couldn't stop giggling as he boarded the roller coaster. He thought it was the perfect hideout as he zigzagged through the amusement park. Little did he know, Batman was already onto him. Perched atop a nearby building, the Dark Knight watched with his sharp eyes as the Joker's vibrant suit stood out amidst the sea of people. The coaster clinked up the steep track, and the Joker waved with glee, thinking he had outwitted Gotham's hero. But Batman had years of experience dealing with a criminal clown. As the coaster hit its highest peak and began to speed down, Batman decided it was time to act. With a swift motion, he threw one of his trusty batarangs. The metallic wing-shaped tool spun through the air with precision. It wrapped perfectly around the handrail of the coaster, just in front of the Joker's car, slowing it down to a stop. The Joker looked utterly surprised as the colorful ride came to an abrupt halt, his escape foiled. "Why, so serious, Batman?" laughed the Joker as Batman swooped down gracefully. "This isn't the funhouse," replied Batman, pulling out a pair of handcuffs. Soon, the Joker found himself reluctantly accompanying Batman on his Batmobile. The car roared through the streets of Gotham as the Joker tried every joke imaginable to get a chuckle out of Batman. But Batman was focused. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows over the city, the Batmobile arrived at the looming gates of Arkham Asylum. The guards knew all too well the familiar sight of the Joker's wild antics and welcomed the Batman with nods of respect. "See you next time, Batsy," the Joker quipped with a grin as he was escorted inside. But Batman just watched silently, knowing Gotham was safe for another night. And that's how Batman once again saved the day, using his sharp skills and a batarang, teaching the Joker that not even the wildest roller coaster could outpace justice.